Welcome, gentlemen. So let's be real, ladies. They're not going to be here. This is for the boys. Boys, do I have a pretty cool show and tell of video games for you. First up is going to be a game that I enjoyed playing when I was a teenager. It's a hack and slash. It's for the PS2. We got Maximo. Ghosts to Glory. Now the cool thing is, can't get too close, especially with that ring light, man. But the cool thing is, this was $12. And look at that pristine, oh, look at how shiny. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Nice violet purple. And it's almost in pristine condition. There's a few scratches here, but other than that, it's muy bueno. Muy bien. Very good. Here we have Maximo, the book for it. Oh yeah, dude. I can't wait to play the shit out of this game. Awesome. Have to kind of hold it on an angle so the light doesn't bounce. Yeah, real excited about that. Picked it up for about $12. And you know where I picked it up at? I mean, look, where I live, I can drive 20 minutes south and be at 5 or 6 retro shops. You know, it's really not hard to game hunt in my area. I live about an hour from Atlanta, so usually like Kennesaw, Marietta, places like that, you have a couple retro shops. And then there's this place owned by Books A Million called Second Charles or Second Charles, some nonsense like that. Don't go there. Alright? We'll talk about it after I show you the second beautiful pull from Gamestop, of all places. This was $14. Chaos Wars. Never played it before, but I'm a fan of turn combat and such things. I do really enjoy Disgaea and what was that other one? Bash? Something Bash? I don't know. But again, this is what really impressed me. I mean, look at that. Look at that. There is not a single scratch on that disc. That is so beautiful, dude. And then we have the book. Oh, I'm excited to play this one. I've never played it before, so it's going to be a good time. But both of these, this is like $25 off eBay. So I got like $11 off just going to GameStop. And then I also got Maximo. Maximo's like, I don't know, maybe 20, 18. So that's just like a few bucks off. But I get to look at the discs before I buy them. Because let me tell you something. eBay is full of fuckboys. Who really can't figure out how to properly condition their stuff for sale. And we'll get into that a little later on. So I broke down and I bought Madden 27. But this is one of those game keys. It's not in there right now. It's my Switch. And game keys, I don't really like the idea of a game key. You know, it's not really, you know, the game's not on the cartridge The cartridge is just a key to unlock the door so you can play a game that you download off of the freaking internet. Here, let's cut this light and see if it might help a little bit. Let's try that. Yeah, it's a little bit better, just the shadows. We'll figure it out. But big fan of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Super awesome. I really like Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. You know, growing up, used to play Power Rangers on the SNES and Mortal Kombat when my mom would get her hair done at the salon. The stylist lady down in Patterson, New York. Yeah, check that out. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I started playing this. It's really not a bad game. Like, the only gripe I have with it is you can't lock on, or if you can, I haven't figured out how to do it yet. There's the Infinity Stones. But it's actually pretty good. And I've got a couple other gems coming from that franchise soon. And this is a great game. All right, Cotton is a gem to play. You know, released in Japan. This is a... Look at that. It's beautiful. So basically you play this little witch and you're flying around and you're hitting gems that are floating in the air to split your beams and do more damage, and you pick them up to get points. It's a really fun game. I would argue it's one of the better shooters to come out of Japan. Japan has a lot of really crazy stuff. You know, as Westerners, we have things that we see as normal. Japan sees it as insane. The rest of the world sees it as insane. And then we as Westerners look at Japan and the rest of the world and say, you guys are crazy. It's just a culture thing, right? But this is on par with the level of fun that Harmful Park or Hazard Park, Harmful or Hazard, it's one of those, was on the PS1. Now, at the end of the year, I've got a surprise coming from Japan, which I'm excited about. But this video is just what I picked up from GameStop. So, Cotton, find a copy, play it. It is awesome. Now this, Death and Request 2, I don't know what it is, but I'm down. You know, I want to collect all the Switch stuff. You know, foreign, domestic, all that nonsense. So I picked it up. Look at that alternative art in there. It looks pretty interesting. I think it's like more of a story novel type game. But we'll have to see what it's like. And finally, Terminator 2D No Fate. This game is tons of fun. It really is. And then there's the alternative art. You know, it's very reminiscent of, I wouldn't necessarily say Contra, but it's Contra-like. It's Contra-esque, you know, that type of sideways scrolling shooter. And the levels are awesome. The art is so cool. The levels are awesome. The mechanics to the game itself are super cool. Being able to hide behind a wall when you're getting shot at by a giant robot and shit. It is sick, dude. And then you get to play the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you go into the fucking bar and you beat the shit out of all the white biker guys. It's great. Tons of fun. Tons of fun. Definitely worth every penny I bought it for. I think this was $52. Was what it was priced at. And I was like, lady, can I get a couple dollars off? No. That's fine. It is what it is. So those are the pulls from GameStop. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for coming by. Other stuff in my collection. I've got some really neat PS1 stuff. I've got some pretty awesome PS2 things. And we'll see where the next video leads.